Good day, one and all. My name is Kathy, and welcome to this episode of the Scrap and Crafty Garden. Today, I'm going to be making another card based on these card fronts that I did the other day using stencils, where I colored them and then twirled them around um, to see if that would work. And this is the stencil I used. This was a generic one. I believe I got this on Amazon. It's just a nice, pretty design. And I'll see if I can find it on Amazon. I'll put a link. It's been quite a while, but I'll look and see if it's still there. But anyhow, I twirled it. I did once in purple. I think that might be either lilac or wild wisteria. I can't remember. It might even just been what I used on my brush. And then I twirled it once more and did this in like a very faint turquoise sea or tranquil teal, something like that. But I want to use this to make a card today. And I'm going to make a purple card. This is just some purple cardstock. This is the white core that I got from Joann Fabrics. This measures 10 inches by 7 inches. I scored it at the 5-inch line, folded it, and creased it with my bone folder. And I need a piece of white 4 3/4 by 6 3/4 to go on the inside. Another piece of white 4 3/4 by 6 3/4 for the outside. And then I just have another piece of white. It's got some smudges on it. And I'm just going to use the back of that, possibly for die cutting. I haven't decided if I'm going to die cut or just stamp on the front. I will be using this Simon Says Stamp Hero Arts. This was a Stamptember set, and you can probably get it on the secondary market now. This was Celebrate Flowers, and I want to use that design. And I picked out a couple of alcohol ink markers to color with, and I'm going to set them here. And where did it go? I also need a piece of black cardstock. This can be any size. This is just, I cut my cardstocks at 4 3/4 by 6 3/4 so I can have them ready to go for card fronts. But I'm going to use GinaK Master Layouts 8. Is it 8? Oh, no, pardon me, Master Layouts 13. I got confused because it has 8 dies in it. But it's Master Layouts 13. And they have these nice little corner images. So I'm going to cut 2 corners out of the black, and then I'm going to use the stitch die to cut 2 of this out. I'm going to put you on pause while I do that because you know how to cut that, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I have cut these out. This just gives us nice little corner pieces with a shadow layer. All right, and I'm going to put these together right now. Get my glue. Love my glue holder. It's just a little drink glass. When my husband and I would go on vacation, we always collected these little drink containers, even though I didn't drink. And it holds my glue perfectly. Get that as centered and as straight as I can. I always tend to, I think my eyes are a little crooked because I sometimes like to angle my things differently. So sometimes I go with the flow and let it be angled and then make it look somehow like it was meant to be crooked. Then other times you just can't get away with it. Well, at least in my mind, I can't get away with it. Okay, so these are going to be the corners. All right, and I have this extra piece that I saved, and I want to, I think I want to cut a 1-inch strip. I'm going to get my paper cutter here. I'm just going to stick it on here and then trim and then make a 1-inch strip. I think I want to put that on the inside of my card. And I'm going to put it on the corners. Why not? Okay. So I'm going to glue a little bit of this down because I'm going to put it on both corners. I'll make a mess with the glue, but that's okay. Trying to use up as much scrap as possible. All right, now that I didn't cut very straight. Now I'm going to come down here and let's see if I can, there we go. We'll go that way. This just adds a little bit of something something on the inside of the card. And again, I see I'm off a little bit. I didn't cut straight. Okay. And then that will go on the inside of the card. Just adds a little surprise element when they open the card. And that's where you can write your sentiment. Now, on the front, all right, let me move my stitching dies off before I lose them. Now here, this is where I want to put one of these up here, one of these down here, and then I want to put this flower, but I want to stamp the saying, wishing you the best day ever. And I'm not quite sure. I almost wanted to do 2 flowers, or do I want to put the flower down here with wishing you the best day ever up here? I think that might look better. I think it will. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stamp on. I'm not going to die cut out. So I'm going to glue these ends down because otherwise I want to make sure everything is straight and centered. And for some reason, my screen just went a little funky. Let's see, we'll put that on that corner. I had thought about dry embossing with a folder, the background here, and this would look really nice in Swiss dots or just any kind of design. All right, yeah, I think if I put the flower here and the best day ever up here. All right, so let me get out my, oh, that's not it. That's my cutting board. All right, I'm stamping. Get out my Misty. And let's get these 2 stamps and see. Because if I put this here, I really like it up there, but I don't know how the sentiment will fit down here. Okay, that's how that would look. But then if I move this here and have, oh, I'm not sure what's going on here. My computer is going silly. And I honestly don't know if I'm still recording. I think I am. We're just going to go with it. If not, I'll redo it. Yeah, I think this is the layout I want. Okay. So now I'm just going to pick those up. This is really weird. I'm not even touching my computer, and the screen is just enlarging itself, shrinking itself, disappearing. I think I'm recording. All right. I'll just pretend that I am. All right. Oh, that came out perfect the first time. All right, so I'm just going to put my glue cap back on here. And we'll just pick this up. Clean this off with my tidy towel. I tell you, I didn't get a chance to throw this in the washing machine. I'm just lazy. I don't do laundry that often, being only one person. So I threw it in my dishwasher. Let me tell you, it worked great. I put it in the top rack, and I don't know if you're supposed to put them in your dishwasher, but it worked. All right. All right. Now, this back on here. I like that this is folded over. so you don't lose your back. Okay, now I'm going to color, and I have chosen some alcohol ink markers. And I'm going to start with my light, and I swatched them out here. This is V281 Hydrangea Blue. I kind of thought that they would go nicely with the colors that I had used on my stenciled piece. And I'm just going to color this in. This is what usually takes the longest when I go through my markers and figure out what color and colors look best. Because every piece of paper, now if you use the same paper over and over again for everything you do, you only need to swatch these out once because it will look the same. But now if I take this color and use it on like an envelope, the color is totally changed. And if I use Joann fabric paper versus GinaK paper or Hobby Lobby paper, the inks react differently to the papers and your colors will be different. So you could do a swatch chart with each color of paper that you use. But for me, it's just easier to look at the tops and grab a few and swatch them out. Since my white paper, I don't really keep it separate, and I never remember. I usually get Nina Classic White. I think it's like $15 on Amazon, so it's not that expensive for a ream of paper. But if it's in my scrap bin, I have no idea what company it's from. All right. And I'm going to do this one also. Should be a fairly straightforward card today, as long as I can stay in the lines and don't mess anything up. I'm not sure what my computer's doing, though I can now see the clock. That looks like it's recording, and I'm at 12 minutes and 33 seconds in. Okay, now I want to use, this is V366 Potato Purple. I'm going to put that on the edge of the flower. Oh yeah, that looks nice. I don't think I'm going to use the next darker color. I think that would be too much. And in the center of the flower, I'm just going to color the whole center. And use it to follow the outlines that were stamped, just to give it a little shading. Okay, and I'm just going to do a little shading on here. Now down here, I'm going to fill in the bottom. Okay, now for the greens, I picked two that kind of went with the turquoisey tealy color that I had on here. So I'm going to use G190 Horizon Green to do the whole leaf and the stem. Well, we seemed to get a lot of snow yesterday, but we only actually have an inch more than we had before. So when I measured it this morning, we have 10 inches of snow with drifts almost double that. But they're doing a good job of keeping the roads cleared. Now, tomorrow night, our town has a lighted Christmas tractor parade. And this will be the first year we've had it that we've actually had snow on the ground for the parade. I kind of had an idea of recording the parade. I don't know if any of you would be interested in seeing it. It's all tractors. It's lawn tractors, farm tractors, garden tractors, and they all have to have lights. And we currently have 122 tractors in our parade. And I think it's the U.S.'s largest lighted nighttime tractor parade. Okay, so that's that. And I'm going to put this on my card front now. And, you know, I want to pop it up a little bit. I was just going to glue it down flat, but I'm going to use my foam tape. And then I'm going to sparkle it up. You know, still got paper glued on my scissors. And I'm just going to put 4 strips. Let me know if that's something you're interested in. Maybe I'll film a little bit of the parade so you guys can see what goes on in my little tiny town. We are a rural farming community. Our town population is only about 900. Though we used to have almost 1,200. But the areas surrounding us have quite a few people. Now I'm going to put a little bit of glue on here just to give me a little bit of wiggle room in case I don't get it on straight. I'm going to stand up. And I think this goes together nicely, even though the purples are different shades. Yeah, I didn't get that on straight. There, that looks good. All right, now I will use Stickles Diamond. Why not? One of my favorites. And I'm going to make the flower. Just give that little sheen. And you don't need a lot on here. Just a little. And spread it around with the brush. And I don't wash my brush. It just stays stiff as a little board there. And it really helps with me spreading the glue and glitter around. Put a little bit on the edges. And I'll do this here. Okay, now just a few little rhinestones, I think. Because why not? I want to see if I can get any of these to be a pretty purple. It's a little too light. Okay, I like that. I'm using the V558 Rust Purple that I didn't use here. And I'm just going to color a couple of these sequins. So my goal is to not buy any more colored sequins. Unless it's like a sparkly or something that I can't color with my alcohol inks. Because I can color these whatever color I want them to be. All right. I'm going to put one there. Simply because I got some stickles on there. And well, these ones aren't. These ones are just popping up. I think I'll follow the line up. I go straight and then one out. One up there. Oh, I got a cat hair on that one. A cat hair that's been colored purple. Okay, that is my card for today. And I got a little bit of stickles down here where I didn't want them. That's okay. Once it's dry, it's a glue, so this will just pull it right off. But that is it. Now, I'm going to have to figure out how to find my camera again to shut my recording off. But thank you so much for watching. Have a great weekend and a wonderful rest of your day. Let's see if I can find the camera. Oh, I think I got it. Bye, all.